Hello, my friends. I'm here, Angela, and I am going to do a tutorial twice a week. I'm going to start making my 4x6 art journals to art mixed media art journals for my book. So I'm going to show you the way I did this one and what you're going to need. Okay, so first of all, I'm using regular index card. You're going to need a brush, and you're going to need some gesso. You need to add to your card a little tooth. So what I'm going to do is I have my gesso in this little, I got some water, so I am going to just put my brush in, and I am going to cover my card with gesso. It doesn't matter that the lines are getting kind of, if you look at it, you want to put a nice coat of gesso because you want to have a good tooth. So when you apply, because we're going to use gelatos and watercolors for this. So, okay, so there it is. I already covered that. Clean my brush. And now they're ready. Okay, so now that this is done, and if you let it dry, and once you let it dry, you are going to use your gelatos. I'm going to use the gelato, this one is I don't know the name, I can't see the name, but it's kind of a red, and you're going to put your gelato here, like this, and then you're going to use the yellow one, and again, a little more of the red. Then you're going to, I use a little bit of water, and I just going ahead and mix my colors. You know, gelatos are soluble to water. You could use wipes if you prefer also, but I just rather use my fingers. Then for the sky, I'm going to use the blue. So I'm going to put a bunch of blue here. There it goes. And then I clean my fingers so I don't contaminate the blue. Then I take the blue and keep blending those gelatos. And sometimes you can use your brush too. And that's what I'm going to do for this guy here. I am going to use the brush. And then you want to kind of spread that orangey to the edges a little bit. There we go. And you're just going to let it dry, okay? So you have to be careful so your fingerprints are not Okay, so there we go, and we have our, I'm gonna turn my my heat gun. That's what you hear in the back. In the meantime, I'll let you look at the one I've done. I'm gonna dry this a little bit for a second to be able to do the next step. Okay, so when you do this, the most important thing to do about the gelatos is that they're permanent as long as they seal. And when they seal, what I'm going to use is to seal it a gloss medium. I use this gloss medium. It's very good, and I bought it in Walmart for $2.99, and it's made in Germany. It's what have worked really, really good for me. So I think it's a wonderful idea to use. So I am almost done drying this, so we'll go to the next step. Okay, so it's dry. I think I'm going to add a little bit more of red here and yellow. I love this because I can work with my hands and get all, this is the part of, and I'm going to put a little more for the sky. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just rub these so they merge and add a little more here in the sky. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to use a stencil. This is Jenny Bowling stencil, one of my favorites. It's the start, and we're going to use texture paste. And what we're going to do is, I think I need to put a little more blue. Sorry. And I'll need to dry it before I put the texture paste. There we go. Okay, so there you go. You see, you have that. I'm going to dry it for a second. And we're going to use the template and the texture yellow. And I'm going to use this palette to spread it on top. Okay. So here we have this. You're going to place the stencil on top. And we're going to take, you just need a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. And you just scrape this along the stars. I'm working more in this side that the stars are going to be seen. It's the area where the stars are seen more. So you just scrape that well, because you want those stars, that paste to be really nice there. Okay, done. And now you lift and you get your stars. And then wash your stencil right away. Okay, while the star dries, I'm using this stamp. It's a hot air balloon from Tim Holtz. And I use the archival ink to stamped in a piece of paper. I use scrapbook paper. So here it is stamped. I already stamped it there. And then I use my scissors and I fussy cut this into this. That's why I wanted to do it ahead of time. But before you do that, we're going to clean our brush. You want to make sure your brush it's really dry. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the Gel Medium. I'm going to put a little bit of the Gel Medium here. And I'm going to take this for a minute to dry that paste that I used there. Make sure you close your paste so it won't go dry. Okay. Okay. I think they're dry. Now we're going to take this. This is the glossy accent. And we're going to go ahead and use it to seal everything. It will dry. We'll give them a nice gloss, and it will seal those gelatos, so they will become permanent. Okay. Now you're gonna take some of that same. You're gonna take some of the same gel, and the thing you fussy cut, you're gonna put some of that gel. I'm gonna need more. You are going to put a really good amount on the back. This is like medium gel. And you're gonna put your balloon, and then we're going to seal it with more on top. Make sure you have sealed all your and there's your balloon. Okay, we'll let this dry for a second, and while it's drying, then the next